If you're enjoying this content, please click on like and follow below. Okay, so Mike says, do you think certifications from AWS, Azure, Databricks still relevant nowadays? They can be, sure. I mean, depending on where you're going to go work, yeah. Also, just kind of depends on what you're learning in them. But as I've expressed before, in both my content and on some of these live streams, it's not always about the certifications, right? It's about you and your skills. So be careful about saying, well, I can't apply until I got this certification, or I really need this certification on my resume. You know, it's not always about that, right? It's about your skills, the way you exercise the scientific method, the way you're creative with data and with modeling. That's what makes you stand out in the interviews, in the resumes, right? So again, coming back to my opening note, it's all about the vocabulary you use, the practice, the way you see things in your daily life. You know, I got a speeding ticket today while driving. Was that bad luck, bad variance, or was I in the wrong? You know, did I just not pay attention because my speed was too variable? Right? That's you being a data scientist, thinking about, you know, your life, the way things go in the world, right? You know, and I say that to you also because I don't want. I say it for two reasons. One, I don't want somebody to hold themselves back just because they don't have this particular certification or whatnot. But also from a practical perspective, guess what, guys? I'm about to give you a secret here that I don't think is talked about enough. Okay, there are plenty of companies and plenty of industries out there that do not, I repeat, do not use cloud services. They are all about on-premise solutions. Banks, right? If you want to go, for example, if you want to go work for a bank, most of them will look at your Amazon certification or your AWS certification and say, we don't use it. We don't use cloud. I need people that can use Linux and work on premise, right? There's a lot of companies like that out there, guys. You know, because of security, or because of policy, or because of federal regulation in some cases. There's plenty of people that don't use Azure, don't use AWS, right? So to those companies, they're going to look at your certification. It's going to, you know, it's nice, but we don't use the AWS, so who cares, right? So that's another reason why I tell you guys to not hold back just because, I can't apply until I get this certification. No, go for it, right? There's still a lot of things you could be doing, right? So keep that in mind, guys, that don't let it hold you back. And there's plenty of companies that, not necessarily they don't want to see you have experience in AWS, but it's not going to hold the weight that you think it is when you go in for the interview or when you're pursuing that job. They may not weigh it nearly as heavily as you think they might. So keep that in mind.